Welcome everyone to Nomad Women Wednesday for July 28th, 2021. Let's jump right into our first story. All right, guys, so our first story is going to be from a YouTube channel that is entitled Dawn of VanLife. Some of you may be familiar with Dawn. I stumbled on her channel quite a while ago. She was in a conversion van, I think, and then a minivan, which kind of isn't what I gel with, so I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to her channel. But recently, is like my last video, one of my regular subscribers mentioned her in the comments about featuring her for Nomad Women Wednesday, so I went back and checked out her channel. Very happy I did. Pleasantly surprised I did. Dawn has now transitioned into a box truck and a commercial box truck, and she is building out a box truck into her tiny home, which is right down my alley. So I jumped in, checked out her channel to see what she was doing. Very pleasantly surprised with her latest video that she just uploaded, where she's installing some undercarriage metal steel boxes under her box. The video is about 23 minutes long. I watched every minute of it. It was a great video. So let's jump in and give you guys a little introduction to Dawn's channel. Her channel is, let's see, she's got 23,000 subscribers, so she's doing great. 2018, she started the channel September 26, 2018. She's got 23,000 subscribers. One thing that really impressed me about Dawn's channel is she's putting these big undercarriage toolboxes right here, installing them underneath her box truck. That's not a task I think a lot of females would be comfortable tackling. I know, being a guy, that would probably be a job I would actually look for somebody to try to help me, you know, hold the boxes while I bolt them in and stuff. Dawn tackles this by herself, and she installs these boxes by herself, which gets big ups, kudos for me, because not an easy job, not an easy task, and really shows how ingenuity wise, you know, how capable she is of doing things. She's got on one of Chrome's shirts or sweatshirts, Van Life right here. I guess she's a Chrome fan from Van City Van Life. So anyway, without further ado, let's jump in and see what Dawn has to say at her latest video.
What's up, YouTube? So it's time for another build diary, and this one's going to be a little bit different because I'm not going to talk about stuff inside the truck. Before I get into the very long subject, which is going to be broken up about insulation and walls and basically just how I did mine, not how you should do it. I don't consider myself a master builder.
I love how she gives these.
Master builder or people who are really good at it, I suggest you look at Navigation Nowhere or you look at Schooliana. I am not an expert by any means. I have also just gathered content from the internet and done the best I can with the skill set that I have. And
I'm going to stop really quick because I want to say that what she's saying there is, I really believe, is one of the things that people don't realize. That's one thing that people love, is the simple fact you're not an expert. You're not a van builder, Dawn. And that's what people love to see, the ingenuity of just regular people to be able to build out their own rig. You know, that's what people love to see. People that, you know, have never done it before and they're doing it and seeing the final product, you know, the way it looks when they finish it. My buddy Paul Barger with the bread truck, he just entered that thing in 2 tiny home festivals, and a lot of people said it was their favorite tiny home. I can tell you he did the inside of that bread truck with a lot of reclaimed stuff, like pallets and stuff like that he found outside of dumpsters. And if you've ever been in his bread truck or seen the inside of it, seen a tour of it, it's amazing what he's done with that little bread truck. And he's by no means a professional carpenter, but he's built a beautiful little tiny home with that. And I think that's the appeal for Dawn, is that to see what, you know, that's what interests me, because I like her box truck. It's a commercial box truck. It's perfect for urban van dwelling and just traveling the country in it when she gets it built out.
And try to educate myself as much as possible on the things I want to do to really try to figure out if I can do them. So one thing I have kind of skipped over, and it happened in parts, happened on the outside of the truck. Now, I haven't done much to the outside of this truck. it's still basically the same little bummy white box truck that I purchased. And honestly, the outside of the truck is a little bit ugly. There's a part of me that wishes a couple of little things were better.
And with that being said, if you're going to be an urban van dweller, that little ugly outside box truck is perfect. You start putting nice tires on that thing and making it look really chic on the outside, that's when you're going to start having problems. It really blends in the way it is, because people could look at that truck and think, you know, it's probably like a painter's. They probably got paint buckets in the back, or, you know, it's a great little urban dwelling van, so box truck. I wouldn't mind having something like that to build out myself. And it's got like the walk through, the pass through. So it's got like a door so you can get to the cab and to the back of the box. Dawn, you have a great truck to build on. You got a good base to build on with that truck that you have. So looking forward to seeing what you do with it. But I do want to mention really quick that she in this video did talk about moving decals from your truck. So I want to fast forward to that really quick so we can get into that really quick, because it's important information for some people buying commercial trucks. All right, so right here she's going to be talking about this eraser thing, which was news to me because I've actually got some lettering I want to take off my truck. And I guess Chrome showed it, this eraser thing on his channel, Van City Van Life, taking off some decals of his ambulance. So let's take a look what she's got to say here.
Lettering that I took some time to get rid of. I started the project while I was hanging out, of getting rid of some of the lettering while I was hanging out with my friend Cora. And at this point I have it all off. And I basically stole the method from Chrome, where he bought one of these erasers, because I'd seen people take lettering off of school buses with like a heat gun, and I was like, oh my god, am I gonna have to buy a heat gun and all this other stuff? And then I saw Chrome use this eraser thing, and I was like, ooh, what's that, for the ambulance that he bought. And still had some lettering that he wanted to get off. I was like, ooh, well, that's cool. And so I went and bought one of those, put it on my drill, and one day while I was hanging out with my friend Cora while she was working on her van, I started the process of getting the lettering off the side of the truck. But I haven't done much. I had to stop here today. But mostly, I'm happy. 3 out of the 4 boxes are attached.
So she literally installed these boxes, like I said. I guess she has a rented storage unit. So she, you know, just goes to her storage unit, and she parks her truck right in front of her storage unit, and she right there in the parking lot. She got all 4, she has 4 boxes, I think 2 on each side, that she got them all installed all by herself. So pretty impressive, if I say so myself.
Had all the boxes I intended to installed installed. And that should have been the end of the story. I should have never had to install another box again. But it wasn't the end of the story. One of the boxes that I worked so hard to install wouldn't survive, and it would lead to a series of events I couldn't have predicted. Alright, we'll continue that story in the next video. Thanks for sticking around for this one.
There you go. If you enjoyed a little segment on Dawn, be sure to stop over at her channel. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoy her content, and leave her a comment and let her know that you found her through Nomad News. On to our next story. All right, guys, so we kind of got a theme going on here today. So our next channel is going to be one that, looky here, it's called the BoxCar Chronicles. And this channel, small channel, new channel, I like it. Love the box truck. Already got an AC up there on top of it that totally gives it away as a camper with the window. You know, when you start making these kind of improvements, if you're going to be, she's out in the middle of nowhere here. You know, it looks like nowhere, Arizona or somewhere, but once you push into like city environments, driving a box truck with a window in it, an exterior window with a RVAC on top of it, you're starting to, you know, push your rig into that element of giving it away that you're living in it or it's an RV. Just FYI. It's got a nice Chevy van cab on it with a cube box truck. So I thought we would just jump in really quick to just her intro video. Good little intro video. Her name's Bronte. So we'll just watch a couple of minutes of this.
I used to plan out every detail of my day, and now it's nice to just kind of wake up sometimes and not have a plan. Just go with the flow and see where the day takes you. It's taken me a while to learn to be present. Being so future-minded and goal-oriented, I'm constantly thinking about what's next, and so it's really hard for me to just like pause and relax.
All right, guys. So if you want to check out her channel, like I said, she's only got a little over 1,000 subscribers. So, you know, maybe stop over there. She's a young, hip, new, you know, nomad. So, looks like pretty new nomad. So she probably won't have too many problems building up a large following. We'll see. She doesn't have. I wanted to see when she started the box truck thing. Yeah, very recently. Let's see, 3 months ago. Let's look here. 4 months ago, Van Life Simple City. Let's look at all of her videos here. How many videos do we have? 2 months ago. Yep, solo female. 4 months. So she's new. I predict if she sticks with it, like Morgan, when I joined Morgan, Unstoppable Morgan's channel, she had just about this many subscribers. So I'm going to predict right now, and Morgan's channel was old as well. She had an old channel, but she didn't have very many subscribers when she got into the nomadic movement life. So I'm predicting BoxCar Chronicles, if she sticks with it and doesn't drop out, if she stays with it, I could see this channel having 30,000-40,000 subscribers here in a couple years. Anyway, good luck to her, and be sure to stop over. I'll leave a link for her channel down in the description. Be sure to head over and tell her that you saw her channel on Nomad News. And to our next story. Right, guys, this next little channel is really what I created this channel to be. I really want to feature like small channels, new channels, try to help them grow, maybe a channel that's below 1,000 subscribers, you know, help them get to that 1,000 subscriber mark so they can get monetized. You know, every little bit helps when, you know, and if you're doing these YouTube videos, it's nice. You know, I remember just making like $5-6 and just being ecstatic because, you know, I felt like I was just making money for nothing, you know, when I first started doing this YouTube thing. It's kind of changed since then. But anyway, this next channel is called RVChillin. Now, she shows like an expedition here pulling a cargo trailer, but she's actually pretty much, I believe, in a bus now. I believe she is in a schoolie now. So, little short bus. This little blue schoolie, I believe. Looks like she broke down over here. Let's see if you can see it. Looks like she broke down right here. Little Chevy GMC schoolie. Not a bad looking little rig. Looks like she's got a solar rack, or she's got a rack built on top of it. Anyway, let's jump into this fuel leaks video. See what she has to say. It's pretty short.
Hey gang. So I got a bus leak on the bus. It was one of those jumper cables or fuel lines on the driver's side of the bus. Come across Schoolie Steve in Lakewood, Colorado, which is not too far from here. And he came up today and put the new hose back on. Took him about 20 minutes, not very long, but then it took him an hour to get up here, to drive up here.
I do want to say really quick that if if somebody decides to get a schoolie, they don't appeal to everyone, but if you do get a schoolie, one of the greatest things about buying or getting a schoolie to convert into a tiny home is there is a huge community of people that have done schoolies. So they're very close and tight knit, probably more so than any of the other van lifers. just something about the Schoolie group. You have Schoolie Palooza in Arizona. That's basically a big gathering for people that's converted Schoolies. So if you get a Schoolie, you can pretty much always find someone else that has a Schoolie that can actually give you some mechanical advice. So that's something to really think about when you're getting a rig. I know Schoolies don't appeal to everyone, but you know, if you do decide to go that route, that should be some beneficial information, hopefully.
So I appreciate him coming. Thank you, Schoolie Steve. And so bus is back useful again. Running, whatever. No known problems at the moment with the blue bus. So then this afternoon, about an hour ago, and which was about 3, I get in the company truck, and it's a standard, a stick shift. And I go to turn the key, it pops and goes dead. And not really goes dead, I guess, but because the lights still come on. The buzzer buzzes when the key's in the ignition and the door's open. But when I turn the key to start it, nothing happens. So I stuck it in reverse, rolled down a little bit, and tried to pop the clutch. Nothing. So text the boss. She's got somebody coming over to check that out.
All right, guys, that's the great thing about vehicles. There's always something wrong with them, right? So anyway, if you know, if you enjoyed that video, drop by over there and check out RVChillin. If you enjoyed that, drop over there. Tell her you found her through Nomad News. She's got 926 subscribers. So, you know, let's help her out and see if we can get her up to 1,000 so she can get her channel monetized and maybe make a little of that YouTube money, which is never a whole lot for a lot of us, but every little bit helps, right? So anyway, drop by over there. Tell Beth I sent you. On to the next story. All right, guys, our last story and our last female nomad for this episode of Nomad Women Wednesday is going to be a little channel I stumbled on that probably is going to be everybody's cup of tea because she's not here in the States, but it is a channel that is called, it's her name, I believe, Magdalena Mayr, and she is a van lifer. Her channel has 2.5 thousand subscribers, pretty new to van life, I do believe. Doing really well here. If you look at me in blue, her in red, she's doing really well. She's an attractive female, so you know, here she is in a bikini, so you know, that's gonna get raise a lot of eyebrows with the, you know, the old school van lifer elites that's living in, you know, the Arizona desert around Quartzsite, that don't particularly care for these, you know, the cool bohemian type of new nomads that are jumping into van life. But anyway, I wanted to feature her channel because it's still a small channel. She's only got, like I said, 2.5 thousand subscribers. Another one of these channels I predict that's probably going to blow up if she continues with van life stuff. Very aesthetically pleasing with her thumbnails. You know, this is YouTube 101 right here if you want to be successful at YouTube. Doesn't have that many videos. Yeah, they go all the way back to 3 hours. I like to watch some of these videos on these channels like this just because it's not in the States. You know, I've been everywhere in the United States, so I like to watch these European van lifers sometime to give me a new perspective on van life. So, not sure if you're the same way. Well, let's jump into one of her latest videos from the 19th. Looks like a pretty decent way to van life to me. That's very nice aesthetics to wake up to.
So I'm still at the airport. Nina just left. We had the most amazing 3 days. It was insane. Right now, I'm leaving the airport and I'm going to a lake. I met a guy on Instagram and he lives in his van too. He's also traveling alone. We're just gonna meet up there. I've wanted to do this, like just travel with other van lifers, like since the beginning. Yeah, I'll just see you when I get there, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes the turning radius on these vans aren't so great, especially probably if you're in Spain and it's little tiny roads. Little thin, narrow roads. Anyway, if you want to check it out, stop by over there and check out Magdalena. I think I'm saying her name right. Magdalena Mayr. Check out Magdalena's channel. Be sure to tell her that Nomad News sent you. There will be a link, as always, down in the description. And anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of Nomad Women Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, remember, everything you ever wanted is sitting right on the other side of fear.